Yo, what's good, y'all? You dub back here again, here in 2019. Let's get it. Bringing y'all more new, fresh content. I told y'all. Now, as I just dropped a matchups video, I'm starting this new series where inverse, we're doing a deal with different types, you can say factions, the different um type of classes of characters. And we're going to duke it out and see which is better. We're going to do this comprehensively. We're going to go step by step at different levels, okay? And to see how they fare. You know what I'm saying? Because you can say, well, overall, but you missed this and that. I'm objective and neutral when it comes to deathmatch. Y'all know how I get down. It doesn't matter if I have a fan favorite here. I bring it to y'all raw, crystal clear, factually based. All right? And so overall, it'll be your determination of which is better. But I came up with this. Now, I just dropped with One Piece Pirates versus Marines. Fire lit video. Go check that out. Especially if you're a fan of One Piece. This kind of all started with, now, when I was younger, bounty hunters, concept of bounty hunters usually cool in fiction. Look at Outlaw Star. Okay. The thing is, I never put it much in mind, it was Jedi Sith, but that's an old tired debate. Here's the thing. People started talking about these bounty hunters, and also these bounty hunters were out here in a cases capturing and killing Jedi. And it's like, wait a minute here. You would think, wait, why would bounty hunters be able, these? Because the way that the story, the narrative puts it on, the Jedi are superhuman. They can use the Force and die. Jedi can't always use the Force. Force sensitive. There are times in legends and otherwise where the Force, doesn't necessarily work for the Jedi. Plus, there's also certain species where they're more Force resistant, like certain creatures in the Star Wars galaxy, right? And so there is all of that. And also, you come to find out some of these bounty hunters are fairly competent. Plus, let's also you got to take in the tools at disposal, weaponry and everything else. So it's like, oh, this is actually fascinating. And so that kind of sparked this entire series of matchups. So we're gonna look at it. Now, in my One Piece video, I did step by step at differing levels of pirates versus marine ranks, right? This one, I can't really do that because here's the thing. I want to say, well, fodder bounty hunters versus, this, but I can't really do that because it's more so how would bounty hunters fare against a certain level? Because they're so diverse that it's hard to say fodder. If they're fodder, they're probably gonna die or then they're probably like you only really ever hear about successful legendary bounty hunters. Cause if you trash, you not getting jobs, baby. You not getting that moolah. They only gonna hire the best of the best. You gotta have a proven track record to get really in store. So it makes sense. So let's look at, and the thing is, I can't say standard bounty hunters. So let me break down bounty hunters. All right. Bounty hunters, very versatile. You have guys out here, you have Assad's Ventress became a bounty hunter. Former Sith apprentice, right? Knows how to use that lightsaber, knows how to use the force. You got dude, one moment. Yeah, I had to look up to make sure I didn't butcher his name. Cad Bane. All right. Yeah, Cad Bane. You got, of course, Django, and Bubba Fett. I don't want to be butchering people's names, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You got Sing, Asura Sing. Like you have these legitimate threats, right? And they come in all shapes and sizes. They come in all, both sexes, different races, different species of people. You got some that rely on guns, some blades, some like when you have the Fett father and son, you had Mandalorian type, even though it wasn't full Mandalorian suit, you had Mandalorian type suit, which had more durable armor, jetpack, whipcord, flamethrower. So you have all these versatile things. So when you're coming into a bounty hunter, bro, you don't never know what you're going to face. It's almost like Devil Fruits in One Piece or Nin abilities in Hunter x Hunter. You never know. You don't know. You don't know. So it's very realistic to our world. It's also very realistic to the sense of warriors. These guys are trained. They look, by the time you facing one of these legendary bounty hunters, especially if they're a legend or experienced bounty hunter, they've been through the ringer. They've been doing this in all kinds. They've done all kind of missions. Now they don't just capture people or go to battle. They also go, Cad Bane. He grabbed a holocron. There's kidnapping. They do what it for the most part for that paper. Now some got more moral codes, which you see what I'm saying. They bought that paper, okay? They're mercenaries in a lot of situations. So there's that, okay? Now, when it comes to the Jedi, I'm going to break it down into the three levels. You got the Padawan, the Jedi Knight, and the Jedi Master. The Padawan, they stand no chance, man. You have exceptional Padawans such as Obi-Wan Kenobi during the Phantom Menace, Anakin Skywalker. I forget when Anakin actually became a knight. I know. Was he a Padawan through all of the Clone Wars? Well, no, not the entire Clone Wars, but the Attack of the Clones. I forget when he becomes a knight. But you do have exceptional Padawans, obviously. But most Padawans, bro, most Padawans never even become Jedi Knights. They stand no chance. No chance. That's what you got. Cue that Vince McMahon theme song. No chance in hell. Dog, they can use a lightsaber. They can use the Force some, but they lack experience. They're not battle hardened. They don't have the versatility. They don't have the fighting. Let's watch. Nobody ever thinks of a Padawan dealing with trained assassins and bounty hunter type dudes. Like, no, not a chance. Not a chance. Because here's the thing, man. You say, well, they have the Force. They can do. Listen, bro. These guys have probably come up against Jedi. If we're talking the old Republic days, they may have their fair share of killing Jedi. You think a youngin gonna stand a chance against a trained warrior? That's like, hold on. That's like, okay, let's take All War for example. Someone who's a private in the Marines, right? Or a private in the Army. He goes out to battlefield up against a dude who served 3 tours of duty. Who do you think's winning that if it was a one-on-one matchup? A fighter. Someone who's in his second fight versus someone who's been fighting for damn 30 fights, bro. Whether he's a world, especially if he's a world champ, but or just a seasoned fighter. One of the reasons a guy like Nate Diaz is so devastating, or Jorge Masvidal, because they've been fighting for so damn much experience, bro. So damn much experience. So there's that. The only one is maybe if that dude has like 400 amateur fights, but still, okay? It's part of the reason, if you know Hajime no Ippo, one of the reasons Ippo won against Wally. Wally was pure talent, superior in every way besides power. And you could say durability, power, yeah. Ippo had those. Stamina, questionable. But it was Ippo's experience that won him that fight. If Wally had a few more fights, Wally's taking that W without question, probably KO in Ippo. So experience matters. Now, with that wash out the way, let's get to the Jedi Knights, which is the most varied skill level. You got fodder knights, till you got guys like Anakin Skywalker, who was never technically a Jedi Master, which he was clearly Master level. Don't get me started, because you got to be accepted as a Master. It's kind of the same thing of if you're in a trade, especially if you go back to the old guilds in the medieval European period, where you could be an apprentice, a journeyman, and a journeyman and journeyman, but to become a masterpiece, you're in a very elevated, prestigious, pristine situation. Okay. When it comes to the Jedi Knight, here you have a hell of a lot more competence. Here we actually might have a competition here, okay? Where and Jedi Knights were by and large the most of the Jedi Order that were actually combatants, okay? You got force abilities that are pretty good. You have skillful swordsmanship when it comes to, lightsaber, abilities. You have more of a comprehensive knowledge in whatever form or forms you display and fight in. Um, by this point, especially if you're in a era like the Clone Wars where you get actual experience, so it varies a lot. Overall skill level, I still got to give the advantage to the bounty hunter because of, again, versatility. Same thing. I gotta give it to the bounty hunter. Most Jedi Knights are not an Anakin Skywalker. They're not an Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're not a Luke Skywalker. Okay, they're not a Mace Windu when he was younger. Most Jedi Knights, a lot of them fall to the dark side, or a lot of them, will leave the order actually, and branch out on their own. A lot of them don't have, especially in a peacetime, don't really have the hardened battle experience that the for someone, especially like a bounty hunter. That's why you have a guy like Darth Maul just running havoc as a Sith assassin, because Jedi Knights, I mean, he was enough to potentially. I mean, he did kill Qui Gon Jinn, so can kill a Jedi Master. That should just tell you like that. And if you a guy like Darth Maul could have been a bounty hunter. See what I'm saying? So bounty hunters have guys like that. Asajj Ventress was nasty. She was became a bounty hunter. See what I'm saying? You running up against that, bro, with people with all kinds of skill sets that could look to capture you or kill you. Plus, you got to think of Jedi philosophy. For the most part, Jedi are not. They're more defensive rather than aggression. And against someone like a bounty hunter who has questionable morals or none, then you have that one robot bounty hunter who that dude anything for that paper, fam. Anything for that paper. No humanity at all. So there's that. When it comes to overall combat, it depends, but I give a favor to the bounty hunter. When it comes to, let's see, overall skill, bounty hunter, physicality, depending on the face up, but I will give this one to the Jedi, um, because of enhancements with the Force makes them superhuman in a lot of regards, especially speed. Let's see, overall combat skill, versatility, physicality. Am I missing anything? For the most part, I give the edge to the bounty hunter. The Jedi, the fact that they don't use blasters and stuff, I never understood why you would, especially considering the fact that if you want to use them for stunning and stuff. Now there are some Jedi who utilize tech like that, but for by and large, the Jedi Order doesn't do that. They can use blasters and such, but they by and large don't carry it. So I don't bring that into the consideration. Let's see, physicality, skill, versatility, um, combat experience. Yeah, I do give the edge to the bounty hunter, but there are some Jedi Knights that can definitely defeat bounty hunters. Now, when it comes to Jedi Masters, on the other hand, here's where things get interesting. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I got the Masters over the bounty hunters. Overall combat skills, I gotta give it to the Jedi Masters, especially the Councilmen. Okay, overall versatility still goes to the bounty hunters, of course, although the Jedi Masters more than make up for it with force abilities, lightsaber abilities, and knowledge of battle. Physicality clearly goes by and large to the Jedi Masters, except for a few exceptions to the bounty hunters. And again, when you can just amp yourself with the force, I mean, look at Yoda, crippled old dude. Well, not crippled, but this old moving dude who uses the force and just zips around so acrobatically, agilely, you know, as well as you know his speed, man. His speed, Otis' speed is incredible. Look at Darth Sidious, even though he's not a Jedi, but you get my point. Or Count Dooku, Darth Tyrann. You look at the older guys. You have abilities such as Shatterpoint. With Mace Windu, you have you saw what Anakin brought to the table. You look at a guy like Kit Fisto, for example. Force abilities are incredible. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Physicality, yeah, like I said, I give that one to the Jedi. Let's see, skills, versatility, overall combat. I give it to the Jedi in most situations. Again, there are some exceptions. It depends on matchups, like most of this does, which makes this interesting. So overall, what would I say? I say that the bounty hunters, there are legitimate reasons as to why they can take out the Jedi. The Jedi's, the doctrine, the teachings, the Jedi aren't willing to do what's necessary except in certain extreme situations. Okay, and sometimes it's questionable. It's like they're willing to kill here, but other times don't kill. So there's that. Bounty hunters don't really have that moral obligation. They don't have those questions. They don't have that indecisiveness. Okay, the skills are just there. The battle hardened experience is just there. The versatile. I mean, that versatility, bro. That versatility is nasty. It's part of the reason that the Sith can kill Jedi in later years. Not the ancient times, but in later years, is because they were willing to use stuff. If you go by Legends continuity, a light whip, things like that, a double bladed lightsaber and stuff that the Jedi just refused to use. You know, you have blaster tech. You have all these kind of things that um the bounty hunter may use. So that means he can be a marksman. And that means he can hit you from range. You have the Fett, Bubba and Jango Fett, where they got jetpacks, so they have the aerial advantage. They have mobility. You know what I'm saying? They can hit you from the distance. So the range different. They can hit you at a close range. You know what I'm saying? You have people like Asajj Ventress who made you just as skilled, if not more skilled than you in the blade game. Okay, and is a force user. So you have all of this, and they're used to fighting all different types of people. So unless you are a battle hardened seasoned vet like a Jedi Master, you're probably taking that L, fam. And so overall, believe it or not, as much as we may love the Jedi, or some may love the Jedi, the Bounty Hunter is maybe the best faction in the entirety of the Star Wars universe. I might have to doggone do other versus the Bounty Hunters. I might have to put the Sith against them. The Bounty Hunters are nasty, believe it or not. It's just there's no shine on them for the most part. But the Bounty Hunters about that life, son. They pretty much a group of professional killers. That's hard to beat. That's hard to beat when you're dealing with a bunch of killers. All right. Unexpected wonder, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on this match. Did y'all think I got it wrong? Do you think I got it right? Did this help open your eyes to how lit the Star Wars universe actually is? How diverse? Like, it's not just Jedi and Sith like you think it is. Jedi are not these all powerful gods. They get bodied in droves, in dozens. Okay, they be getting bodied a lot. We just don't see it on screen because that's not the narrative that's normally being told. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace. Give me any suggestions for any matchups of universes, specifically ones I hopefully know, that you can come up with. All right, y'all, including from literature, anime, manga, comics, you name it. We gonna try to turn this up into a real thing. Peace.